Hello, how y'all doing, man? This is another episode of Bread Tuck Gang. Bread Tuck Nation presents the Independent Hustle. I'm Bread Tuck Rob, aka Christopher Robinson. That's my name that my mother gave me. I'm sitting with the young man Q King. Q King, say what's up to the people, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Show me Q King 713. You know what I'm saying? Represent for the city. A lot of y'all know me, a lot of y'all don't. Y'all get to know me. Independent hustle, man.
Yeah, man, we broadcasting live from the trade, man. We Third Ward, Texas right now, man. I'm sitting with this guy, man. I know this guy, man. This is like the Swiss Army knife of talent, man. This guy, I went to high school with him. Shout out to Sharpstown High School. But I went to Sharpstown High School with this guy, man. He was on that football field, dropping back in the pocket, quarterbacking. Then this cat playing basketball, then he running track and all this. I'm like, man, how can one man do all that, man? You know, just a multi-talented dude, man. But my man here, he's a DJ, he raps, he produces, he does web design and photo. Q King, before we even get into all that, who is Q King?
Man, Q King, I'm your normal everyday dude, man. I'm not no different from the next man. I just work hard every day. You know, my work ethic is what really separates me from the next cat. But man, I go to work every day just like a normal dude, 9 to 5. I got a kid, taking care of my responsibilities. So I'm not well off. I'm just working, man, and no matter how much I accumulate, I'm just gonna keep working until I amass as much as I can. But I'm just like the next man.
Yeah, man, there you have it, man. What this man's saying, man, it's everybody has the same amount of time in a day, man. It's 24 hours in a day, man. It's what you do. It's on you what you gonna do with it, man. My man say he take care of his kid. He going to work. He doing DJing and 5, 6, 7 other things on the side, man. We making things happen, and that's my man Q King. He raps. He produces. That's good. But what I want to focus in on is that web design, the photography, and the DJing, man. And I noticed this is your establishment, man, your home. And what I like about your setup is whether you're doing these things on the side or not, you're gonna be responsible for this rent. So why not make the most of it? Why not store your equipment here and go out to the people? That way you don't have any overhead. Now my question is, was that all a part of your plan, or is this something that just fell together, man?
Well, shout out Bread Tuck Nation, man. I've been Bread Tuck Nation for a minute. I've been in a place where I really didn't want to depend on other folks, you know, and so life is about resources and maximizing your resources. And I felt like if I can pool and put all my resources right here, I wouldn't have to go nowhere or depend on anybody. And so a lot of people heard me saying solo dolo for a while, and that was the campaign. But it wasn't just a moniker, that was just a way of life. I was just getting away from having to depend on the next man to get one thing done or the next thing done. I just didn't have that time. And so it was about just kind of maximizing and getting ahead of my situations and where I was in life, you know. And if I could get it here and not have to go out and pay somebody else for it, and even on the flip, when people need to use my resources, come here to pay me to be at home and do such and such. I mean, that's just about as easy as it gets. Like that's a luxury that a lot of people can't afford, and it's a blessing, man. Because to have it is one thing, but to know how to use it is another thing. And so,
man, there you have it, man. My dude here say, man, this is his home. So when somebody needs to come to his home, use his equipment, we got the studio in the background, we got the camera and all that to use his stuff while this dude's at home, man. This dude getting paid at home, man. That's all right, man. I got nothing but respect for that, man. I'm not mad at that at all. We'll get back to the DJ and the web design and the producing and everything in a second. Q King, I know you. Before you graduated college, before you had a child and everything, I guess some could say you were on the wrong path for a while. You had to sit down for a while. in sitting down for a while, when did you say to yourself, you know what, I have to make this transition from doing something negative to doing something positive? Tell me more about that, man.
Well, it was more so like I already knew, like before I even got into my trouble or whatever, I already knew what I was supposed to be. Like, everybody got a purpose, you know? And so, you're not defined by obstacles or moment during the journey, you know? You gotta live the journey all the way through. And so, like, whenever I was going through this or that, most of it was just me kind of fighting against what I knew I needed to be doing and what I really wanted to be doing. And so, you know, you make, everything is about choices, and making the bad choices get you in those types of situations. But, I mean, I always knew that I wanted to graduate college, you know. That's not something that ever happened in my family, not from a university standpoint. And so I needed to set milestones, you know, and playing football, playing football in college rather, that was another something that I needed to happen. And so those things, regardless of whether I got sat down for a moment or not, those things was going to happen because those were a part of what was supposed to happen on my journey. And so I couldn't skip pages in the book. I needed to still fulfill my purpose on a regular basis. And so I feel like I'm catching up in some certain circumstances, but I never really looked at it like, oh, I need to make a change. I really needed to just focus in on what I knew I needed to be doing and stop worrying about how I felt and what I wanted to do on the back end. Because when you take care of your responsibilities, it's a lot easier to do whatever you want to do.
You hear that, y'all? My boy say while he was sitting down for a second, man, that wasn't the end of it. Y'all thought it was the end of it. Nah, man, hold up, man. My boy say, hold up, baby. That ain't the end of it. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm in this dark place, but I see that little glimpse of light, man, and that's how we were able to get out of that situation and just be a independent hustler, man. Come with the DJing, the rapping, the web design and all that. But y'all give me 1 second, man. Me and Q King and I will be right back, man, for part 2 of this interview. Y'all just hold